very funny up-and-coming comic. Put your hands together for the very funny Billy Cavanagh.
What's going on, Venice? Oh, I just stepped on my own court. There we go. Let's give it up for Ahmed Ahmed. There we go. Happy Pride Month, everybody. There we go. Let's get a big clap for Pride Month. So, there we go. I did that at another show and nobody clapped, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Are we in Huntington Beach? So, I actually got invited to my first dinner party recently. You know, my friend got married to another man, and went to his house, and it was fucking uncomfortable, you know. And it wasn't the fact that everybody there was gay and I was straight. It was the furniture, to be honest. I realized that gay dudes will buy the most uncomfortable fucking furniture in the world, and then they'll call that shit art, and nobody asks any questions. I caught on, though. They're really trying to test you. You know, if you guys want to know the secret, they're trying to see if you're fuckable. So I realized if you sit down and you say anything other than this is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever fucking sat on, it's open season for your asshole. Glad you guys laughed at that. I did that joke at a show a few months ago, and it did not go well. I walked out, somebody slashed my fucking tires. They followed me home. I was getting hate mail. Let me tell you, gay dudes send the most creative fucking hate mail I've ever seen in my life. It's better than any save the date I've ever gotten. It's so perfectly worded, and it had punctuation marks that I fucking didn't even know existed. I was like, is this a fucking glitter bomb? But I was scared, you know, and I was like, when are the death threats gonna come? And I walked out of my house one day, and one of them was standing there, you know, one fucking heel up in the air. And I was like, I'm sorry if the joke offended you. And he goes, it didn't offend me. You just can't keep telling our secrets or it won't work. So, anybody achieve anything during the pandemic? Nobody? Bunch of losers here? Me too, it's okay. That's why I do comedy. No, I actually got a dog during the pandemic, and fucking dog sucks, you know? Let me tell you, nothing feels better than getting an emotional support animal that fucking doesn't like you. It makes you feel really emotionally supported. But I also moved into my first apartment, and it's interesting because I realized that living in an apartment complex is like visiting a zoo for all the different personality disorders in the world. You know, I got these two queens that live next door, and they just beat the shit out of each other all night. And that's not even a big deal. And then on the other side of my wall, I got this 50-year-old MILF therapist who must be running a private practice out of her apartment. But I think it's only for, like, parolees, because I just see these tattooed scumbags coming in and out all night. And still, not a big deal. But the worst is there's this woman downstairs, and she's a neurotic psychopath. And she sits outside and she chain smokes packs of cigarettes and shakes like her spirit animal's a fucking tuning fork. And I definitely learned to avoid this woman at all costs until I made the mistake of walking by her doing laundry one day. I said, how you doing? Let me tell you, I'm from New York. When I say how you doing, just fucking keep it moving. That's how I am. So I go, how you doing? I'm holding my laundry. She goes, well, Dr. Rosa said. And I was like, oh, fuck, here it goes. And this woman, I left the house during the pandemic finally, and she made me want to go right back in. It was a fucking nightmare. And she comes up to me a few weeks ago, and she goes, there's this homeless guy jerking off outside my window. And I said, you know, you should really talk to him. She's like, you think he needs a friend? I said, no, but if you never want to fucking see this guy again, definitely initiate a conversation. So if you can't tell, I'm not from here. And I used to be really pro-life, and I realized, you know, nothing will change your opinion on abortion more than living in a city like Los Angeles. Because we live in a city where people treat their dogs better than they treat their fucking kids. I did a show here a month ago, and there was a woman sitting right in the front row, had a dog in a stroller, and I didn't realize how LA of her that was until I went outside to smoke, and her kid was leashed up to a fucking telephone pole. And the service dogs here is fucking ridiculous. When I first moved here, I was sitting outside of a Jamba Juice, and this guy walks by with a dog. The dog had a vest on, and it was the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I go, what breed is it? And he starts moving his hands around and goes, I'm deaf, I can't understand you. And I was pissed, you know, to be honest, because somebody isn't doing their job properly. Why would you give this ugly piece of shit to him instead of the blind guy? I mean, it doesn't make a difference in my opinion. Give the deaf guy the dog that barks too much. So I started my own business, and I started to pair up. Wealthy people would come to me, and they would pay money for me to pair them up with the disabled rescue that best fits their personality. And, these people would come to me, and they were hideous, and I would get them the blind dogs, because why should they have to look at this shit? And I would have these East Coast Italians come in, and they would be loud and obnoxious, kind of like me, and I would give them the deaf dogs. And I got so good at this that celebrities started to come to me. And I can't say who because of an NDA that I signed, but this person came in and I said, listen, we're going to find the disabled rescue that best fits your personality. And it took time. About 8 months went by, and this dog came in. This guy goes, this was my service dog in Afghanistan. And it was a bomb-sniffing dog. It sniffed out an IED, and the bomb went off. And it dragged a few soldiers to safety and saved their lives, but it blew off the whole lower half of the dog's body. And it was unfortunate. When I saw this dog, I knew what I had to do. And I picked up the phone. I said, Mrs. Jenner, I found the perfect dog for you. There you go. That's my time on Billy Cavanagh.
Billy Cavanagh, everybody. Let him know. Great set, man.